Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to talk about empowerment technologies and specifically Lesson 1 Information Communication and Technology or ICT. If you're a senior high student, this is for you. Let's start. What is ICT? So, ICT stands for Information Communication and Technology. Simply put, ICT deals with the use of different communication technologies like mobile phones, telephone, and the internet to locate, save, send, and edit information. Example, when we make a video call, we use the internet, and that's ICT in action. Whenever we use the internet, the technologies, or communicate online with anyone, then we are using or that is the ICT in action. ICT in the Philippines. So we have defined ICT as the use of the technologies to locate, save, send, and edit information. So the ICT in the Philippines. Now, how important is ICT here in the Philippines? So the Philippines is actually known as the ICT hub of Asia. Bakit nga ba tinawag na ICT hub of Asia ang Pilipinas? It's because first, English speaking. Maraming Pilipino o Pinoy na fluent in English with neutral accent. Kaya US, UK, Australia companies dito nag-outsource. Kumbaga, yung mga Pilipino is yung English speaker na malapit sa mga American speaker of English. Kaya nga, that's one of the reason. So, another one, affordable labor. So, mas mura magpasahod sa Pilipinas kaysa sa US. Kasi sa Pilipinas, parang kahit na mababang ang sweldo, kumpara sa US is tinatanggap to ng mga Pinoy. Pero quality work pa rin. And lastly, young and tech-savvy workforce. Kumbaga, maraming graduates yearly sa IT, BPO courses ang mga Pilipino. And that's the reason why Philippines is called ICT Hub of Asia. So, because of that, foreign companies set up offices here. Kaya boom, ang BPOs or call centers. So, ano ba yung BPO? Yung BPO means Business Process Outsourcing. Ibang company yung gumagawa ng trabaho para sa ibang company. Yan yung BPO. So, example, Jollibee US is may customer na nagrereklamo. So, hindi US staff ang sasagot. Tatawag sila sa Philippine call center ng Jollibee. And that is an example of BPO. Mayroong types of BPO jobs. Call center, back office, and KPO. Call center is sumasagot ng tawag. Tech support, sales, and example of Globe, Bell, DT, Shopee, CS. Back office naman is ito yung data encoding, payroll, accounting, and walang tawag na nangyayari. So, KPO is the knowledge process. Mas mataas, like research, animation, medical transcription. That are the types of BPO jobs. So, why big sa PH? Kumbaga, bakit napakaraming BPO dito sa Pilipinas? Because 24/7 tayo. Paggabi sa USA, araw dito. So, overnight support tayo. Based on data in 2012, there were 106.8 cell phones per 100 Filipinos. So, means, parang most Filipinos uses two or most Filipinos uses two cell phones. Kaya nga sumobra sa 100 Filipinos. And in 2010, the ICT industry shared 19.3% of the total employment population. Fun fact, Time Magazine in 2014 used Instagram data and declared Makati City as rank 1 in the world for selfie cities and Cebu City as rank 9. Meaning, sobrang active ng Pinoy sa social media. Proof na malakas ICT culture natin. Let's talk about the World Wide Web or WWW or triple W. So, WWW or World Wide Web is the system of websites and pages you access via internet. Invented in 1989 by Tim Berners-Lee. So, think of it like this. Internet, yun yung kalsada, highway kumbaga. Then, World Wide Web is yung mga bahay, stores, buildings along the way. Kumbaga, yung internet is siya yung nagbibigay ng reason kung bakit mayroong www. Yung triple W is yan yung mga like yung mga website na pinapasukan natin whenever we search something online. Or kumbaga, di ba, pag nag-research research ka sa like Google, then you will see website, tapos pag pinindot mo yung website, mapapasok ka sa website. And that is World Wide Web. So, Web 1.0 was the first version. Pages were static. Kumbaga, yung Web 1.0 is the first World Wide Web created and it is static. Meaning, you could only read, you couldn't comment or interact. Hindi ka pwedeng interact kasi hindi ka pwedeng gumawa ng account, hindi ka pwedeng mag-comment or hindi ka pwedeng gumawa ng sarili mo. Kumbaga, you just read or you just turn the pages sa Web 1.0. Then came Web 2.0. This is what we use today. It's dynamic. You can comment, like, post, and create accounts. Examples are Facebook, YouTube, blogs, and wikis. Means, sa Web 2.0 is mas naging advanced yung 1.0. Parang kaya mo nang makipag-interact. You can create your own account and you can comment or give feedback. Yan yung 2.0. So, here are the key features of Web 2.0. You have taxonomy, rich user interface, user participation, and long tail. So, what is taxonomy? Taxonomy is the use of hashtags like hashtag FYP to organize content. So, one of the features of Web 2.0 is the use of hashtag, which is the taxonomy. Ito yung ginagamit natin yung hashtags para may paalam kung ano ba yung tungkol. Saan ba tungkol yung content na ginawa natin? Yun yung taxonomy, the use of hashtags. Another features of Web 2.0 is the rich user interface. The website changes based on your input. Kung ano ba yung ito yung filters kumbaga, 'di ba? When you are looking for something, for instance, sa Shopee, tapos there's a button na makikita mo na nakalagay na filters wherein ikakategorize mo doon kung ano ba talaga yung hinahanap mo. Yan yung rich user interface. Parang the website changes based on your input kung ano ba yung preference mo. That is the number 2. And we have the user participation. So user participation is everyone can create content, not just the owner. That is the greatest features actually of Web 2.0. Everyone can create their content, not just the owner. Hindi ito static katulad ng Web 1.0. And lastly, we have long tail, which is the ito yung when you subscribe or pay for something that you can use. For example, sa Netflix, 'di ba? Sa Netflix, you have to pay or subscribe para makanood ka sa mga movie, and that's long tail. You can use that subscription for as long as you want. And that is the last key features of Web 2.0. Now, Web 3.0 or the semantic web. This is the future kumbaga. So, the goal is for computers to understand data and give you content specifically for you. But it has challenges like security, compatibility, and logic because machines still struggle to understand vague words like old or small. So, kung mayroong Web 1.0 tapos na to, tapos Web 2.0 is the currently what we are using, mayroon din namang in the future which is the 3.0 or in progress pa tong dinidiscover. But nowadays we are actually using na this Web 3.0. Why? Because diba, if you search something on your social media na palaging nakalagay doon na suggested for you, pag nag-scroll ka for example sa Facebook mo, then if you search something that you are interested with, then the Facebook or the Meta will suggest similar things like those. Yan yung means sa Web 3.0, understanding the user itself. Pero it comes with challenges like security, compatibility, and logic. Because imagine, if someone is looking like, use the word small or big, diba? So, what do you mean by small? Small size or small amount? Kaya nga, the AI or the process of discovering this web is taking a long time. So that is the Web 3.0. So, trends in ICT. Ano ba yung trends in ICT? Ito yung mga sumisikat kumbaga sa ICT, kumbaga pinagmamalaki ng ICT. So, first thing, we have convergence. Ngayon, one device can do many jobs. Before you need a PC to type, diba? Kasi you need personal computer para gawin ng mga bagay-bagay like online works or things that you need to do with the technology na you need a PC. Pero nowadays, with the ICT, one device can do many jobs. For instance, your phone can do many jobs. Now, your smartphone can do it, diba? Social media. Number 2 is the social media. Platforms where we create and share content. So, social media is one of the trends in ICT. Why? Because SOCMED has made the life of humans fast, steady. Kumbaga, madali lang nakakalap ng information, and madali ring mag-share ng information through social media. And that is one of the trends in ICT. And number three is mobile technologies. Smartphones and tablets replace many PC tasks. Parang sim lang to sa Convergent, pero it focuses on the mobile technologies. The discovery of smartphones and tablets is of big help kasi it replaces the PC. Kasi PC is mahirap siyang dalhin, like if you're going to work or you're going to somewhere na you can't bring your PC kasi nga it is a personal computer, nasa bahay lang yan. So through the invention of the mobile technologies, mas napadali na ang mga bagay-bagay. And lastly, we have the assistive media. Technology for people with visual and reading impairments. Kumaga, one of the trends in ICT is that it has assistive media para sa mga taong like hindi nakakakita or hindi nakakabasa. Like there's apps that read text aloud, and that is assistive media. Now, there are six types of social media that you need to know. So, we have social networks, bookmarking sites, social news, media sharing, microblogging, blogs, and forums. So, first things first, social networks. So, this type of social media is where you can connect with people. It is where interactions online happens, ang tinatawag na social networks. An example of social networks is Facebook. Yung Facebook is an example of social networks because people can interact with each other, they can comment, they can send messages and things like that. And that is social networks. Now we have bookmarking sites. So bookmarking sites it is a site, ito yung social media where you can save it, for instance, a links na pwede mong balikan later. Parang favorites pero public. An example of this is Pinterest for DIY and outfit ideas. Sa Pinterest kasi is puno to ng mga pictures or images. So, you save those links para balikan mo later, or you save those links to store. And that is a bookmarking sites as a type of social media. An example of bookmarking sites are Pinterest and StumbleUpon. And we have also social news. So, social news as a type of social media is used to post news and rank comments. So, one of example of social news is Reddit. Di ba sa Reddit, you can post something, a news maybe, or something you want to share, and people will comment kung ano ba yung gusto nila, kung ano ba yung things that they can say about what you just posted. And that is the social news. So, number four, we have media sharing. So, media sharing is limited to uploading photos and videos. Yun ang media sharing as a type of social media. Ito yung social media na pwede kang mag-upload ng photos and videos. An example of this is we have YouTube and Instagram. Sa Instagram, you can post images or you can post some videos. And that is in media sharing. So, number five, we have microblogging. So, microblogging is for short updates. Ito yung binubuo ng 1 to 2 sentences lang. An example of this is we have Twitter, Plurk, and Threads. So, sa microblogging, instead of like you're blogging entirely by video, dito naman you're posting something by sentence lang, by update of your life, daily life with sentence lang. And lastly, we have blogs and forums. So, blogs is ito yung mga, and forums is parang ito yung mga sites wherein you can post something, maybe a diary or article. So, pinag-combine na dito yung formal kumagat informal na post. Kasi diary is informal and article is formal. So, it is also a group discussion. Anyone can start a topic. Example, sa Reddit again. So, Reddit is you can post something, then there will be a discussion kasi people will comment kung ano ba yung thoughts nila about dun sa pinost mo, and that is a blogs and forums. And these six are the types of social media. Now, lastly, we have the mobile operating systems. These run our phones. So, itong mobile operating systems is ito yung mga systems na being used for our gadgets na ginagamit natin. The popular ones today are iOS for iPhone and iPad, and Android for Samsung and etc. Android is open source, so it's free for phone companies na gamitin. So, iOS and Android actually is the most common use na o mobile operating systems na ginagamit sa mga gadgets na ginagamit natin. But let's talk about the old ones too para makita natin kung how fast technology changes. We have Windows Phone OS ginawa ni Microsoft para makipag-compete. So Windows Phone OS is it has live tells but Windows Phone OS is dead since 2017 pa. And BlackBerry OS. So BlackBerry OS is famous dati sa business people. It has physical keyboard and secure for emails. But BlackBerry OS is also dead or di na to ginagamit since 2022. And number 3, we have Symbian. Symbian is the OG smartphone OS. So, ginagamit to ng Nokia phones dati, like Nokia N70. Pero, Symbian is dead also since 2013. Lastly, we have WebOS. So, WebOS is ginawa for Palm phones. Ang galing ng multitasking ng WebOS. Alive ito, but now used in LG Smart TVs and not phones para na sa mga TV to. Ngayon, Android at iOS na lang ang natitira na ginagamit for mobile operating systems ng mga gadgets. And that's it for ICT 101. ICT really empowers us to communicate, work, and learn faster, from BPO jobs to social media to the phones we use every day. If this helped you for your improvement take class, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below what's your favorite type of social media and why. See you in the next video. Bye.